The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.
Hi everyone, it's Shane Smyth, Bundoran Tourism Officer. It is Friday the 29th of April 2022 and I'm here with you for the Bundoran Weekly Podcast, episode 183. It is the podcast that talks about everything Bundoran. A little bit later on I'm going to be talking to Fergus Cleary of the Micheál O'Cleirigh Summer School, which is happening next weekend at the Sandhouse Hotel in Rossnowlagh. So he's going to be talking to me a little bit about that and what it's all about. And Teresa O'Neill will, as usual, be here in our community corner on the podcast. So hope that you're doing well and hope that you got over the Easter and we're into another bank holiday weekend. My goodness, they come so fast, and plenty of entertainment happening across town for this bank holiday weekend. Let us start in the Allingham, and we may need to extend the podcast because of the amount of music that's on in the Allingham this weekend. Let us kick off with the Contractor tonight in the Coolmore Bar, and that is free of charge. Also tonight, Jerry Guthrie and Keelan Brown, and that is in the ballroom. Pat Gaffney there tomorrow from 3 to 5. Tom Moran from 8:30 until 10:30. Jimmy Buckley then in the ballroom, and Paul McCahill there, doors open at 8:30 p.m. Kieran McAree, and it's a double show, and that is on Sunday from 5 till 7 and then from 8:30 until 10:30, that in the Coolmore Bar. A big double day in the ballroom at the Allingham. It's the Tumbling Paddies. They are on there on Sunday afternoon, doors open there at 2 o'clock, and Robert Mazzell and Band of Gold there Sunday night in the ballroom as well, doors open at 8:30 p.m. The Contractor there on Monday from 8:30 till 10:30, and then Kieran McAree there this coming Tuesday the 3rd of May. So quite the lineup of entertainment at the Allingham Arms for this weekend. Elsewhere, Cozy Joe, you'll find him tonight at the Chase and Bull. Tomorrow night it is Music with Dry till Friday, and Sunday it's Nao Cannon. Bird's Nest, it's John Dolan tonight. Tomorrow night Colin Burke, and then Brendan German. A double session from him, and that is from 5:30 until 8, and then from 9:30 until 12 o'clock. So that is happening there at the Bird's Nest. Thirsty Thursdays continue at the Bank Bar, and Sunday Jazz Club is back. It's on the first Sunday of the month, which would be this Sunday, and that is on Sunday evening at the Bank Bar. Trad Session every Sunday from 3 to 5 at George's Bar on Main Street. Rhythm and Sticks at the Dome live music venue at the Phoenix, and that is Sunday night at 11 o'clock and doors opening there at 10. Kenny Crawford tomorrow night at the Railway Bar, and Crum Maguire there on Sunday. 51 Main Street then tonight it is Music with Hybe. Tomorrow night it is Gary Doherty and Jerry McGinley there on Sunday. Live music tomorrow night at the Celtic Marine Bar, and Sunday then it is the Ballad Session with Kev O.D. You can find all of the details, and we'll be updating those as we get more on our website, discoverbundoran.com/events. If you want to go to the cinema, Eclipse Cinema is the big one, which I'm really looking forward to because I was such a fan of the series. Downton Abbey, a new era, that is out this week at the Eclipse Cinemas. And if you haven't seen the trailer that they have done advertising this on the Eclipse Cinemas social media pages, do go and take a look. It's so funny. Well done to Collie and the team there on putting that together. A really good little promo for that. Uncharted then is Missed It Monday, and you can find the full schedule on our website, discoverbundoran.com, or indeed at eclipsecinemas.com, where you can also book online as well. A reminder that tickets are still on sale for Sea Sessions. That is happening here in Bundoran, 17th to the 19th of June. Also, the Bostik All-Ireland Confined Drama Finals. Final night is tonight at the Abbey Centre in Ballyshannon, and you can find out more about that from episode 176, which went out on the 11th of March. And then, of course, next weekend we are looking forward to Darkness into Light. It is making its return Saturday the 7th of May, 4:15 a.m. Registration is now open at darknessintolight.ie, and the team are also looking for volunteers to help to run the event, and also photographers, videographers and musicians as well. So if you are any of the above, you want to help out this really beautiful cause, you can send a message on the Darkness into Light Bundoran Facebook page, and the team will come back to you there. It is the Bundoran Weekly with thanks to AIB.ie, supporting local businesses in Bundoran and Ballyshannon. Very shortly we'll be talking to Fergus Cleary of the Micheál O'Cleirigh Summer School, which is happening next weekend, and also we'll be in our community corner with Teresa O'Neill.
The Bundoran Weekly.
The Micheál O'Cleirigh Summer School takes place at the Sandhouse Hotel in Rossnowlagh right across next weekend. I sat down during the week with Fergus Cleary, who is one of the organisers of the summer school, and we first talked about who Micheál O'Cleirigh was.
Well, Micheál O'Cleirigh was a person who lived in the. He was born about 1590 and he lived to 1646. But during that time, he travelled to Louvain in Belgium, where he became a friar, and he was sent by the monks there to return to Ireland to compile a history of the saints of Ireland. And then when he was back in Ireland, he realised that if he was going to really give it context, he would have to, first of all, he got a patron, and the patron was a man called Farrell O'Gara from Moygara in County Sligo, who at the time was quite a wealthy man with lands around Lough Gara, and he financed the project. So he set about then getting a number of people, eminent scholars at the time, to join in and edit and compile the annals. And one of them was
the annals of the Four Masters,
annals
which people
of the
may
Four
be familiar
Masters,
with.
yes. Yeah. And one of them was his cousin Coughley O'Cleirigh. Another was Coughley O'Dagnan from County Leitrim, and the fourth man was Farfus McConnery from County Roscommon, and these would have been considered eminent scholars at the time. And they compiled the annals very close to Bundoran, on the banks of the Dryas. Now there's a bit of controversy between...
Because there's always controversy.
Always controversy, yes. What side of the Dryas they actually compiled these annals on.
On the Leitrim side or the
Donegal side, yes. So I think in the 1960s they had a very good compromise. They put the plaque on the bridge,
of course,
over the Dryas on the Kinloch,
on the Moy Road, yeah.
Ballyshannon Road.
There's the statue of the four of them on the small bridge, but then also outside the library in Bundoran you'll see what we call the Triskel heads, which is three of them, and then Micheál O'Cleirigh, as we've discussed.
Particularly born at Kilbarron Castle, right. Which is very close to Rossnowlagh, and probably baptised in Kilbarron Church, which again is very close, and that's why we have the event in Rossnowlagh. And we've been running the event since 2014 over a weekend, usually every year in May. And the wonderful thing about it is we have the connection with the Micheál O'Cleirigh Institute in UCD Dublin, and they very kindly provide the speakers for us every year. And between our local committee and themselves, we come up with a theme.
Okay. And
it's usually, the theme is based on what the more recent academic research, historic research is going on at that particular year.
Okay. So it's happening across the weekend of the 6th to the 8th of May, which of course is next weekend. And just it's a very impressive program, and you've got lots of speakers and lots of different activities happening across the weekend.
Yeah, the Friday is mainly social. In terms, every year since we started in 2014, we've had a schools art competition, usually based on the theme of that year. And actually this year is quite poignant because our theme is bloodshed and retribution. And with all that's going on in Ukraine, of course, even though we toned it down a little bit for the other thing from an artistic background,
the local schools and the kids involved in kind of knowing the history as well, I guess.
Exactly, and the other thing from an artistic background myself, the thing I find very good is that you can actually see progression from the infant section right through to the senior section, and you can see progression of various students within that. So and then with the prizes, you usually give them art materials for prizes. So it's it all helps their artistic development.
And to encouraging creativity, I suppose it's very important as well. Run us through some of the other events then that are happening at some of the other talks.
Also on the Friday evening we have musical events with led by Angela Curd, again involving local school children, and she has brought a lot of them on in their musical ability. So that's again a very nice feature of our summer school. The Saturday events are a bit more serious in terms of it is really the academic part, where we have various talks on aspects of our subject this year, which really covers the period where the Irish Brehon laws were being replaced by the rules of English common law.
Right.
And obviously, with that sort of upheaval and people not really knowing the law, there was all sorts of implications of that. And obviously, people pretty much didn't do very well. Very intense day, yes. Our dinner's quite early. We always have a summer school dinner, and that will be in the Sandhouse as well. So, and then on the Sunday we have a bit more relaxing in terms we usually do a bus trip around local historic sites, and it usually involves sort of a visit probably to, in past times we've visited Mullinalack Bridge where the monument is, and we visited the Drows, and we visited Kilbarron Castle, and Donegal Abbey and Donegal Castle. So, any local sites we...
Where do people come from to come to the event?
Well, in past years we would have people actually from the United States.
Right.
Presumably they're on holidays and spotted it somewhere and just came for the day or whatever. But obviously people from around Ireland, and of course very much the local people from the locality
that have the interest in
history.
So if anybody wants to come along to the event, how do they do that?
Well, is €15, and the dinner ticket is €25.
Okay.
Per person.
So you do well just to get your weekend ticket. And
weekend
best
ticket,
value.
Best value.
Perfect. Listen, Fergus, I will put the details on the show notes for the podcast so people can find the information as well. But an impressive lineup for the annual Micheál O'Cleirigh Summer School. And I suppose if somebody can't make it, then you're hoping to get some recordings up online as well so that people can watch it.
That's right. Well, we'll not do it over the weekend, but it'll be later on. And we will put that onto our website.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we will let people know when that is there. You can have a look at facebook.com, O'Cleirigh School, and the website is mocleary.ie. And as I said, we will put the details of that in our show notes for the podcast. Fergus, best of luck with the weekend, and thanks for joining us.
The Bundoran Weekly.
Thank you, Fergus, and we will post details of the website in the show notes for the podcast. Right now, let's head to our community corner, and here's Teresa.
Thanks, Shane. The Wild Atlantic Women's Group are a local women's group in the community centre. They meet up every Monday at 11 a.m. in the Ruggie Suite. They come together to meet new people and learn new skills. It's €3 per person with tea and coffee included. Next Wednesday, the 28th at 7:30 p.m, we have a talk in the centre about wills, inheritance and succession planning. This event is free and is run by the DLDC with solicitor Brendan Kelly. Contact Aisling to book a place on 086 825 7549 or email asharkey@dldc.org. We have our monthly beach cleanups with a clean coast on Thursday, the 5th of May at 10 a.m. at the Ruggie Suite. Reminder to please bring your own gloves, high vis and leather picker as we have limited supplies. The seafront strollers meet every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. This group is for people who are new to walking or would just like to take their time and have a stroll around the promenade. It's €2 per person and the tea and coffee in the community centre afterwards. We have a local parent and toddler group in the centre. They meet every Friday at 10 a.m. in the Ruggie Suite. If you're a parent, guardian, grandparent or carer and you would like to join, please email bundoranpnt@gmail.com. We are a part of Food Cloud, which is donated by Lidl Bundoran. This food is free for anyone to come in and collect. Keep an eye on our Facebook page where we will post our next donation. We are open for printing or any inquiries. Please call 071 98 29 675 or email bundorancommunitycentre@gmail.com.
Thanks, Teresa. We'll talk to you next week. That is going to do it for our Bundoran Weekly podcast. Thank you, as always, for listening. Don't forget, if you're on social media, do give us a follow on our social media channels. We're on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook as well. If you're posting photographs on Instagram, do use the hashtag #DiscoverBundoran for your chance to be featured on our feed. And if you're posting stories, don't forget to search for Bundoran in the Giphies, because we've got some lovely little cool animations there to do with Bundoran, and they will help to brighten up your stories on Instagram. You can contact us at podcast@bundoranweekly.com and find us also on Facebook and Twitter @Bundoran Weekly, and follow us wherever you're listening right now, or indeed stream and download all episodes on demand at bundoranweekly.com. Have a great and safe bank holiday weekend. We will talk to you next Friday. Have a good one. See you then.
The Bundoran Weekly is a production of Discover Bundoran.
The Bundoran Weekly is brought to you by AIB, supporting local businesses in Bundoran. For more, see aib.ie.